Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're making crispy roasted pork with barbecue potatoes. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. Alright, and this is all we need for today. Now obviously, as this is a very simple cook, we don't need a lot of ingredients. So obviously we need a piece of pork. Now this is from the upper pork leg, so from the hind of the pork, but you can also use the pork back if you want, or the pork belly. You need a couple of potatoes, some olive oil, salt, pepper, a couple of cloves of garlic and an onion. Now for the first step you need a sharp knife, and what you're going to do is you're going to scar the skin. But don't cut into the meat, but obviously as the fat cap is big, we can definitely apply some force here. And then we're going to salt it, and well, we're not going to brine it or leave it overnight in the fridge. So as I said, this is going to be a quick Sunday roast. So we can scar it this way, and then you go across again, scarring it that way. So you have a lot of area, a lot of surface for the salt to stick on. All scarred up, so that's what it looks like. So you do these little squares, and then we're just going to take quite a bit of salt and really make sure we try to rub it into the skin as best as we can. Don't be shy, because that will help us with the crackling later on. Now with the potatoes, very quick and simple. They're hard cooking potatoes, so what you want to do is you just want to cut them into little bite-sized pieces, so roughly like that. And then they're going to go into one of those consist forms. Now, obviously, you can cut them into quarters as well. It helps with the cooking process. It speeds that up a little bit. Because we're looking for a cook time of about 2 hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how quickly the pork will crackle. And we're just going to put it in that consist form. And then we're just going to cut up the rest. And I'm going to show you quickly how we're going to go about the garlic. So what you want to do is obviously you cut off the end piece, just like that. Take off the skin. And then you cut that up, or you mince it a little bit, and you throw it in with the potatoes as well. And last but not least, let's take care of the onion. So what you want to do is you want to obviously halve it and then cut it into little cubes. Now you don't have to go too fine with it because it's a very rustic dish, so no need to go too small on it, but little cubes will do. And then we're going to throw that on top of the garlic as well as the potatoes. And that's pretty much it. And then lastly, let's add a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're going to add some olive oil as well. That will help with the cooking process. And then we're already ready to go to the barbecue. One thing I almost forgot, we're going to be using my trusted meter today, so obviously I'm going to put that in. And I'm using this rack from my other consist form just to have the meat right on top of the potatoes, the garlic, as well as the onion, so all this lovely fat will drip into it and will just moisturize it even nicer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, obviously we have pork, we're going to go with... Let me see what we're going to do. Let's say if we do... No, we won't do pork belly. Let's see what we do. Shoulder, no. Yes, we're going to go for 63 degrees for now. But obviously we're going to crisp up that skin later on as well. So we're looking for an internal of 67 at some point in time. Now the barbecue is heating up to about 200 degrees and we're going to put on the meat as well as the potatoes, the onion, as well as the garlic. The barbecue has reached his 200 degrees, so we're going to put everything in the indirect zone. So this burner is on, this burner is on. I'm going to put on the meat, and then we'll wait until it has 63 degrees internal. As you can tell, I had to move the camera around a little bit. The weather is turning a bit nasty today, but the barbecue has been sitting at 200 flat for the last almost 2 hours, and we're at 63 internal, so let's have a quick look. Wow guys, that already looks amazing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take care of that crust. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the back burner to full, move all of this a little forward, and then we're going to move the meat right in front of that back burner. Just see how we can do that and give it a lovely crust. Move that to the side. So obviously we won't be needing that anymore. And now we're going to give it the beans, so to speak, and see where that leads us. Two and a half hours later, we've reached our internal temperature of 67 degrees, and just listen to this. So this is super crunchy. So let's give it that cut. But let me tell you guys, the smell is already absolutely amazing. Maybe we give it a cut like this alongside the cuts that I've made, so we don't tear off too much of that crackling. But let me tell you, it is piping hot and super juicy, so check this out. Alright guys, and there you have it, our crispy roasted pork with barbecued potatoes, some garlic, as well as the onions. And I have to say, that came out great, so give it a try. If you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. And please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come. And I hope to see you soon again at Toby's Barbecue Corner.